Good evening. Welcome to Applied Calculus. Just going to take a few minutes here to go over this couple things with you today, introduce myself a little bit. My name is Dan Hogan. This is my 24th year here at Calico High School and teaching Applied Calculus. I believe this is my 4th year. I've taught our AP Calculus classes for going on, I believe, 12 or 13 years now. So pretty familiar with the topic, and I really enjoy teaching the calculus classes. It's definitely a challenge because not only do I enjoy the material that's a little more advanced, but I also enjoy answering the questions, which tend to be a little tougher from the type of students that I get to see every day. So this is Applied Calculus. It happens block 1. Obviously this year is a little different than normal. You'll hear that from everybody, with your students being at home part-time and in school part-time. Hopefully by the end of this school year, I'll be able to see all their lovely faces every single day. What we do in Applied Calculus is we take the things they learned in pre-calculus and then apply that to the calculus topics. And if I want to break what calculus is down into a couple of really, non-math way of saying it, in calculus we like to study how fast things are going at a very specific point in time. And the other part of calculus we like to do is we like to basically find the area of shapes that aren't your normal shape, like not a trapezoid, not a square, not a rectangle, not a circle, okay? So we're gonna find area of things that are just a little shape-wise unique. So I'm filming this during the school day, so yeah, bells are still ringing here, so that's why you hear that. I apologize. I'm gonna go through this briefly and then a couple other things, and then we will wrap this up. This will just be a few minutes. Evaluation and grading, okay? So basically, their tests are going to be one part of the grade. It's going to count 70%. And then I combine all of the quizzes. There's one or two small projects that we sometimes do. We don't always do them, and their homework. Each chapter has their homework. They literally have every single question that's going to be required of them to turn in their folders already. And each time we take a test, like for instance, I believe you're watching this video on Thursday the 24th, and we had a test today on Thursday the 24th. So I'm going to be collecting the homework that's associated with chapter 1. I'm going to be collecting it Friday. Actually, not Friday, Monday, our next day of school. What I've been having the students do is if they're in school, they turn it in to me as a hard copy. If they're not in school, I've taught them how to scan, and they send me those documents through Schoology. So test 70%, quizzes, project, homework 30%, and then for the marking periods, it's pretty standard, 40, 40, 20. There is definitely a final exam for this course. Homework, it's given daily, but I don't collect it until the end because that allows them to manage their time as they see fit. If they're pretty busy and they work every Tuesday and Thursday, well then they know that Mondays and Wednesdays they want to dedicate a little more time to homework. All right, that way Tuesdays and Thursdays they can just schedule their time as they need to. And what I found is students taking calculus typically, they've done relatively well, not only in math, but pretty much all subjects, and their time management skills are pretty good. I like to give them that freedom to use that time management and to work on the problems as they see fit, so they're done by the test. I'm not collecting it every single day. Sometimes that usually works for most students, and it's gone pretty well. Notebooks. Now, they do get a lot of papers just because of COVID-19. I'm trying to hand out less things less often. So actually what I've been doing is instead of giving them like the note sheet every day, I copy everything into sort of like a bigger packet, and then just that way I hand it to them for the whole chapter. I do think math is a subject where you can't just stare at your computer screen. There are times when they need to work it out with paper and pencil, so I want to provide them the ability to take notes. Last thing on here is my makeup policy. This is like the official one. My unofficial makeup policy is the following. When somebody's absent, I give them the time they need to make it up. If I feel it's getting to a point where they haven't addressed the missing item, I'll put a 0 in. Once I put the 0 in, somehow things seem to get turned in pretty quickly. All right, and once they're turned in, I'll just grade that as it is. I usually, unless it's an extreme case, I usually take very few, if any, points off at all, and then the 0 will change into whatever grade they earned for that particular assignment. All right, I'm going to switch into a different document here. just a couple other things I wanted to go over with you. My email address is there. Obviously, you can find it on the Calc School District website. This class is Block 1. Things parents often are wondering, what are they going to take next? So if they are a junior, they're going to be looking next year at taking AP Calculus. There's also a second AP Calculus course that they would take in the spring. All right, that would be BC. So next is Calculus AB, AP Calculus AB, and then if they want to double up, they'll take AP Calculus BC. They can also, and probably should, if they're not taking it their junior year, take AP Stats. Most of your college majors are requiring some sort of stats class, so to get it now is probably going to be something that's pretty important to do. As far as homework goes, we talked about that already. They can manage their own time, make sure they just get it done by the due date. There's definitely a final exam, and I think that is just about it. Yep. So that's all I have for you. As always, you can reach me through Schoology or just Calc School District website. Find my email address. One of the things I try to make sure that every student has a good experience in calculus. It can be challenging at times, and I really encourage them to work with other students. Even though that's much harder now, luckily they can use FaceTime or whatever they can at home. But calculus is typically not a subject that you breeze through without ever asking questions. Everybody gets stuck somewhere along the way. The important thing is to have that little bit of a support network with a couple classmates, as well as always feeling free to reach out to me. Encourage them on the Google Meet days where they have to meet me through the computer to ask questions as well. Like a lot of us, and I'm probably guilty of it myself, when I'm in a Zoom or a Google Meet, as a faculty or staff, I tend to not like to say all that much either, but I'm really trying to encourage them. This is their time to ask questions, and I can just do the same thing that I'm doing right now. I just get the Google Meet up and we go through the problem here on the board, and they can find out what that little piece is that they're missing. So, and I guess the last thing I'll touch on that's related to that would be seeking out extra help. So on the days that they're in school, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, if they're struggling, encourage them to come in early. My work day, I'm in here, actually most days I'm in here before 7. I think they can get down to the classroom at 7:15, and a lot of times just that extra 15 minutes is all they need to fix any of the minor things that aren't quite working for them calculus-wise. Okay, so that's about all I have. I hope you guys have a great and somewhat unique back-to-school night tonight. I wish I could see all of you here in person. Hopefully, come the springtime, we'll be able to do that. Thank you.